Hello everyone, Jose Joe Fish Keeping. These 7 tanks are my quarantine, treatment, fry, or any kind of isolation that I need. I use these 6 tanks primarily. This discus here, I've had it out for about 6 to 7 weeks so far because of weight loss. These other 2 discus here on the left, also for the same reasons. The one on the right have fries at the moment. This particular yellow discus is not my own, but you can see that the forehead has a pinch appearance as if you took a piece of clay between your fingers, and you can see that also the spine is also showing a little bit there. This was one of my discus probably about a year ago. You can see the size, the bumps on the spine, and it's very pinched forehead, protruding eyes. This is what they look like when they get very skinny. And often these discus, once they get to a point where they're so very skinny, sometimes it's hard to bring them back. Their immune system certainly goes down because of low nutrition. This can happen to parasites, to just not eating for one reason or the other. Sometimes these fish are submissive and they'll hide and get outcompeted for food. I regularly treat my discus for parasites, so usually these guys, if they have gotten skinny, it's not because of a parasite reason, because I have treated them, and there may be 1 or 2 that may do that. That particular one that you saw, I will show you in a little bit. He is doing quite well. That was about a year ago. I isolated him and just fed him excessively. I would say maybe 4 or 5 times a day until he was just by himself eating until he gained weight. So he's back in the tank and he's doing actually quite well. Some of them that have gotten to that point, I have not been able to save. So I've lost a few because of skinny disease. I figured that it was already time to get these guys out of here and back into the display tank on the right, into the 120 gallon. I needed the space for incoming fish, and also there was another pair that is breeding that I wanted to separate it. I've been using, when I take them out, this little plastic bowl there. Once I can trap them inside and get them out and drain the water, they usually don't get the dorsal spines stuck. That little one that I'm circling there, that's the one that had lost a lot of weight a year ago. That looked really skinny, but he's recovered quite well. As I have mentioned before, there was no real signs of, there has not been any real sign of parasite like the white poop that I was getting earlier occasionally. I started treating with flubendazole. It's a clover leaf brand. I will post it on screen soon. Actually, as you can see, these guys, I just transfer them over. It's a lot easier than netting them. In the 120 gallon, it's hard to catch them that way, but in the small tank, it's easy to trap them. So I've been using flubendazole by the clover leaf brand. They recommend 1 treatment every month. I do it whenever I remember, but I may do every month, every other month, or every month and a half, whenever I remember anyway. And I can tell you that I have not had any issues with parasites recently. The weight loss is because some of them are a little bit shyer, they get overcompetitive. This is generally, they quarrel with each other, but they do not really fight to hurt themselves. But feeding time, certainly everybody is fighting for the food, and some of the shyer ones will just hide and probably not eat as much. So that's usually is just they get overcompeted for food, which I also had a problem with earlier on with this tank when it had some rainbows and other kind of barbs in there that were really fast feeders. And I have 4 discus. Actually, I lost 4. This was a while back. I lost 4. Then I just removed everything and left, just did the fish and the bottom feeders there, which certainly do a nice job keeping up with cleaning up whatever food falls below. Here goes the other one, and that is a snowball, which is that one. And at the middle, one of the other fish, the next one to come, is lava. You can see lava on the left. I just see part of her body right there. That was actually a birthday gift from my 8-year-old daughter. She made her own video. It's posted on the channel of her going over and picking the fish. and getting them to me there. So that was actually nice surprise for her and a nice little project. So she did all the recording for the video on her own. I just had to do some minor editing, but everything was her own. This is the last fish the hospital where I was working, and this particular day was not too far away, so I was able to just come home during a break, lunch break. It was a little quiet time, not much going on at the in my unit today, so I was just able to come in and get it done, and we still return in time. They're feeding at the top on the upper right there. The first time when I was finished quarantining Lava, she almost jumped out of the tank. I had quite a scare. So that's Lava going in there, and this is that's what they call them, smoky white dragon, the name of the disc. So those you see there on the glass there, Corridor's eggs. These guys are constantly breeding. So that red one there and right in front is a Reflexia. It pair off with one of the other pigeon bloods that is a red one that it's there. I just separated them out and put them back, and you see their upper left. So those paired off again. I'm not trying to keep a straight line. I'm not breeding for profit. This is just more for fun. So I kept those guys together. That's it. We just added back to the tank. They seem to be doing well. They were there before, so there was no real issue. Sometimes if I'm adding a new fish, I may do it during the water change when the level is low, so that the other ones don't pick on them once they're there. The large yellow one that's there, they did pick on him after the quarantine process, so he was kind of hiding out in the corner. So he integrated himself now, and they're doing fine. So thank you for watching this process. Thank you so much. Now you could see that although the forehead is not trying to get a good shot of this one here, although his forehead and his eyes are not protruding as much as they were earlier, they did gain some weight. This one has a full thick head, the white one, and Lava also was skinny. You can see the bones were showing there, and on this one too. So they kind of gained most of their weight, but they're still eating actively. So I have been feeding these guys probably 3 times on automatic. But when we see that's a full head, a full thick forehead, and Lava right there on the left also does. So they're doing quite well. They're feeding well, and they're very actively eating, and hopefully they'll continue to gain weight. If I see anything strange, I will pull them out and separate them again. But for now, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you have not done so, please subscribe, share, like, and press the notification bell. Thank you for your support and visiting our channel.